Please someone to save me. I can't find myself. I'm totally lost.
Things have changed.
No.
You are now the same height as your youngest child, and your oldest child is now taller than you.
I can't do it! No. Show me where.
Look.
I'm right there.
Yeah, Aki is there. Sorry.
Oh, no.
Jumped and went.
Welcome back to Season 2 of the Two Joints podcast.
Wait, I wasn't listening. What did you just say?
Nothing.
No, I am not recording you.
In our first episode of our second season of the Two Joints podcast, a year and a half has transpired since our last recording, and a lot has changed. Some things, though, have stayed the same. Jody, being our most difficult client, is one of them.
What did you just say?
Listen, fuckface.
What is really interesting about the way the world works? Or wait, no, you said it's really interesting the way the I am and the world is dictates our.
It's how it dictates our interaction with the Matrix. Because when I feel unsafe and the world is chaotic, I don't want to work on my house. Because, like, what's the point of working on my house when I'm not safe and the world's chaotic? Because, like, I think the world is going to shit. And so then it's like, well, I don't want to haul cement and haul rock. I want to go to the beach. You know, like, I want to go surf. I want to smoke a joint and fucking love my wife and fucking not do any of that. Because, like, why would I want to spend my last days doing that when I could be doing that?
Mm-hmm.
But when I am safe and the world is fucking fed and great, then it's, I want to work in my house because I'm leaving it for my kids. You know? It's really fucked up.
Yeah.
And anyways, I guess right now is I feel angsty and the world is chaotic. So I don't want to haul rock. This is really where I'm at. Like, I don't want to sweat and work and, like, do it.
So, in the world of new habit formation, is this a moment to honor the need for another Monday play day and start on a Tuesday? Or is it the
I don't know.
possibility that the world is chaos and it always will feel that way? And so
I just don't think so. I just don't think it always feels that way. I think there's definitely great periods of not that.
Okay.
But right now we are not in that.
Okay.
And how I see it is like the yin and the yang, right? The white and the black, the light and the dark, is, I feel this great momentum into the white. And we are into the white a little bit, but we're not into the body of the white. And so it's still the full body of the dark, I feel, that is, like, kind of all around us. And I get these glimmers of hope and things. But then the enormity of the darkness is just like...
But when you have, or not, but when you have the I am and the world is, I'm safe and the world is safe, and that feeling, what tends to be what that emerges from, and or what that looks like for you? What's happening? Like, what's happening around you when you're in those spaces?
It's really interesting. So, like, when I'm safe and the world is great, like, I don't know if this is backwards, but it feels like that I'm here and safe and like I have food here and like my utopia, my gardens, my nourishment, my life is here. When I'm not safe, I am preparing to go to battle. Like this is like how like my mind is
Totally opposite.
totally opposite. I don't
Yeah.
want to go make a garden right now because like I don't even know if the garden is going to be here in 6 months.
Right.
What I know is going to be here in 6 months is fucking fighting and clawing for life. And so like my protector
Right.
in me is I need to go find things to then make me safe. So when it does happen, I'm ready to get the fuck out of Dodge.
And
And that's crazy.
And what allows you historically to go from that I am and the world is to I'm safe and the world is safe?
I don't know if I've ever been there.
Okay.
To be honest.
What are the
what
do the glimmers look
I've had
like?
periods of that in safe zones. Like I get periods of that here, had periods of that back in the States. I've had periods of that throughout my life, but that's not a
Right. So let's just talk about
not
the
a
fact that
thing.
we've had more periods of that here than you
yeah.
have probably in the
Anywhere,
15
yeah.
years I know you. So then
Totally.
I don't know about the before that. But when you get that here, what is the soup of that look like? What's the super soup of safety look like for you here?
Well, it's twofold. There's multiple ways. If things go to hell in a handbasket in the world,
Right.
I feel safe here because I am in a
For a variety of reasons that we can spend an hour and a half on a longer blog explaining why we're in a
safe zone.
pretty safe zone.
Yeah, but no, but it's safe. So, if, like, I feel like we could have food, we have water, we have a place to grow food and grow animals, and like, if it's needed. With that being said, we're at elevation where we have like all the things of like when shit goes wrong, it's like a perfect little scenario. Is it a perfect enough scenario to stay and to like? I don't know. I have no idea, and I think that's where my hard part is like I feel it's super fucking weird. It's like a coin. I feel super safe, and there's no other place I'd actually rather be. But then I don't know if I would stay because this isn't my home, and like this isn't my like I'm just a guest here, you know. And so then and if shit went down and or whatever in the world
You hand me the check.
goes to jazz.
It's a component of fear of then being safe or not safe here.
Yeah. And so with who I am and what we do, I'm a medicine person. I'm an alchemist. I create natural medicines for people. I feel safe anywhere with like who I am, what I do, what my skill set is. Like I believe in me. That's what I do believe in. I just don't know if I'd stay here.
Right.
You know? Because these aren't like my people.
Yeah.
You know? And not saying that any racist anything, but it's just like we're in a community of a 500 person family.
Right.
I'm not their family.
Right.
So, as a hierarchy goes in civilizations, I'm at the bottom of that civilization. And so then I would, think I would move on.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know why I'm here. I don't know why I'm in this place in my head right now. Well, I do know why I'm in this place in my head right now, because the world is full of unrest and there's a whole bunch of shit happening that nobody's really discussing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm nervous. Like I'm in a state of like fight or flight.
Mm-hmm.
And previously in my life, I don't stick around.
Right.
I go to create something new.
So then we either have to dial down. Well, you said that's one scenario.
Yeah.
What's the other scenario of when you're safe and connected here and feel really great? So that you said number one scenario is if the world falls to shit, you feel overall like this is a really good place to be.
For it to go to shit. During
so
the
then
process.
trajectories 2 would be that the world doesn't go to shit.
Yeah.
That this is a leaflet psyop now on screens, and it's just further sort of inch crunch worming everyone towards some kind of functional capitalism long term, and this is just where we're at now, is just these really egregious stories because they are out of stories, or because people have become so desensitized that they need more intense stories. But you think that there's reality to what we're seeing through
so
these
we're
screens.
in story mode right now. We are in a desensitized story mode. What happens throughout civilizations is you go through desensitized times, and then they really lay on the real shit, and you can feel that with we're 100 years out of world wars. And yes, we've been at war kind of nonstop America because we're the global police, but we're 100 years out of big wars, and it just feels like they are
ready
to do that again. And yeah, the stage is really honestly set in a beautiful manner right now of another big thing. And like with all the elitist, globalist, oligarchs, with all of the overpopulation talk and like all this stuff, it's just like it's a really ishy place to be right now. And they don't change their story ever. So it's not like all of a sudden we're going to come into a utopian civilization. That is not in this.
That's not
reality.
what anyone in leadership that seems to be affecting the larger trajectory of the world. It doesn't feel like there's enough being done on the other side of that.
There isn't enough. So nobody's doing that work. When you have
to be clear, people are doing that work. It's just an impossible equation. You're saying
it's an impossible equation, but it's not the elitist officials oversight.
The ones with resources.
Yeah, it's not. All of those people are honestly. It's like they're held under these blackmailed situations, and that's how they get to power. These people are not bred, but they are made. And then they put them in these positions, and then it's the whole group is dirty, so nothing's honestly going to change. Nothing's going to change. Nothing. Absolutely not one thing is going to change. Until they decide it's like time for a big change, so they did this in the World Wars. Like this was really like what the World Wars were, where it was times of experimentation on human beings, and at times of like leveling up on our industrialization of weaponization. Like that's fucking what it is. And now so we've reached this point again in history where we have developed new technologies, new things that we need to test on people. The only way we ever learn anything is to test on us. And so it's all of it, the bomb, but all of it is it's knowledge that we learn, and we have to test it out on people. So disease states, we create diseases so then we can create medicines to help those diseases. It's honestly, it's not that hard of a realization. Like you have global engineering, it's like you have to realize like civilizations ride in between big catastrophes, right? So it's like when a volcano goes off, doesn't matter in the world, a fucking class 1 volcano, it blocks out the sun for a year or two. And we go underground and live, and then we have to figure out, like, how to bring the world back. It's geoengineering. Like my good friend Jody, we go through the geoengineering talk all the time, but the realization is like we're just trying to figure out how to stabilize our Earth after the next catastrophe. And so it's just like we have to experiment on ourselves to gain this knowledge, but it's the sad part is like, because we don't really care about humanity, or the globalists or the oligarchs don't really care about humanity because they've...
Well, they care about humanity from a classist
point. Exactly. And now we are coming to a time where they don't need humans anymore. Now we have AI. We have the ability to make machines to do work for us. And so now it really creates this time where the elitists, and you can tell the elitists, they have this precipice to merge AI and humans together, because it really then gives them the longevity that they want for controlling this prison planet. So really it's like they create all this chaos and all this angst and all this thing within the world, and then they just feed us these stories, so then we continue to want to like hate each other and be okay to go to war with killing each other because, you know, Joe Schmo said something bad that hurt our feelings. So it's a really fucked up situation. So hence I get back to I'm just not safe. The world is in chaos, and I don't want to haul brick.
So you do not see a potential of that not being. So you said there are two trajectories, but you didn't mean it. You said it, but you didn't.
I just don't know how you get to the good side.
Okay.
I don't know, because like from where we are right now, I just don't know how all of a sudden you just flip over to the good side and be honest with people. And it just doesn't. You will do that after you wipe 75% of them away and you have just your classists left. Then you be honest and say, oh, well, I'm sorry. You know, this is where we're at. But like when you have 9 billion people, there's no fucking way you're going to be honest with them, because you don't need, I think you need 7% of those to wake up and to stand up and to make a difference. Mm-hmm. But you have to... For
it to become a problem
for them. For a problem for them, but so you have to keep the whole group in a state of chaos and angst.
Yeah. But you only need, what, 7%?
7%. You need 7% to stand up. And so the food, the media, the phones, the movies, the football, the baseball, the sports, all that shit is to take our mind away from what they're doing. And so you stop looking at what the people who are in charge of you are telling you what to do and how to act and all the things. 7% ain't shit, but you have, like, so my last session 2 weeks ago, it was super profound because, like, it was the first time I was really, like, the curtains were almost pulled back, and I was, like, really shown the stage of the world, and kind of, like, it really felt like the realness of it all. And it was very eye-opening because I've been doing entheogenics for 25 years, trying to help myself pull myself out of depression and fucking suicide and, like, all these things and nasty shit. And 25 years in, I'm finally like, oh, fuck, I've heard all the stories, read the McKennas, listened to all of them, and it's like I had never experienced that. And so the first time the curtain is kind of pulled up and you do see the puppeteers and all the things kind of controlling all, it's a really sickening feeling, because, like, the freedom of choice and free will is gone at that point. And then it's a hard realization of, like, how do I make the change? How do I make change that's needed in humanity? And then you go through the first steps. Okay, first I help myself, because that's the most important. I have to help myself feel safe. And then once I can help myself, then I can help others, or my close community, my family, and then maybe the community. But it's hard just getting to the place of safety to help yourself. This is where I've been. I think I feel pretty confident in my ability to, like, see the truth behind a lot of matters, and it's hard for me. It is hard for me to stay in my power because of, like, all of it, and it's fucking impossible. And so me, if I can't do it, How the fuck can 8 other billion people do it? I've been working on this my whole life. That's where I'm at right now. It's just like, it's the overwhelming sensation of like, fuck.
If the radicals are struggling.
Dude, if the radical of radicals are struggling,
then what are we doing?
Then what are we doing? You know, but that's where we're at. And this is the point of the game is you need to choke the radicals. You need to choke all of it.
Or
7% ain't nothing. 7 out of 100.
Or here is the other trajectory. Is I see those radicals quietly connecting mostly around the women.
Yeah.
And my I am in the world is just a little bit different than yours because of matriarchal leadership. And true matriarchal leadership believes in a partnered patriarchal leadership. And by that, I mean true matriarchal leadership means that you honor your own masculine and feminine, and therefore you honor the others' feminine and masculine, no matter whether we're talking penises and vaginas, we're talking receptive and projective energy, right? So there's some really beautiful things happening in the matriarchal leadership spaces, and almost every one of those people has a male partner or a female partner, but they have partnership.
Yeah.
And they have family, and they are creating in-person spaces and online spaces for coming together and sharing and reweaving, and I call it the sort of second safety netting of society. And it's super hard work, and it's hard, I think, to enter the space, and then it's, I think, hard to hold the space. And so those that are able to do that are pretty special.
Well, I see it a little bit in the men's community, but not as it should be. It's not what it needs to be in the men's circles. Because I'm struggling. I can't get into a men's group. So this is like another reality that I'm living in.
Yeah.
I am a healer. I am a space holder, and I can't even be accepted into a fucking local men's group.
Right.
So this is the problem with men right now, I think, is it's too classist.
Yeah.
So that's a huge problem. It's classist. They're not recognizing women as equals. They don't see women as equals. And none of it works.
Yeah.
None of it fucking works. I think there's a few men online that I can look to for mentorship.
Yeah.
And that say a few good things. I think there's 3 of them. I'm going to be super honest.
Yeah.
And so, like, I've been struggling this last year of, do I start my own men group? That's a lot of energy, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
a lot of responsibility.
It's a lot of responsibility. And I don't want it. I'm going to be super honest of, like, I don't want to hold that space.
Yeah.
But it's, like, really needed.
Yeah.
And I don't
You'd
know,
like to be held in the space
I want
first,
to be held in it
so that
first.
you can grow in your leadership capability through not assuming you can do it right away and better.
I can't. Like,
and I think that's something that you and I both struggle as people believe that we think we can just do it ourselves and do it better. And really, we are in constant pursuit of collaboration.
Like a working collaborative relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so hard to find two, like, people wanting to do the work. This is what we found too, is these partners in collaborations, and everyone has great ideas, but they don't really they don't hang out long enough to do the work.
So that is an old story though, because when we stopped doing the podcast video cast was at the peak of us really feeling despondent by community.
Okay.
And this is kind of a conversation that's a beautiful bridger, because clearly you're still despondent by community, and clearly there's some really necessary reasons for that feeling. And at the same time, this is where we go down and say, okay, that story repeating that is influencing my I am and the world is not fully up to date. It is about 1.5 years old. And if we take that 1.5 years old past version of ourselves and we say, okay, are you aware that we're presently in a bit of a different reality with our community? And even if it's glimmers and not perfection, we can fully say that we have made great strides in the last 1.5 years, healing our familial relationships, healing some of our friendship relationships, creating new family relationships, creating new friendships, starting to identify peer practitioners that we feel safe with and we feel collaborative with, and we hope that we're modeling that reciprocity, or we're hoping that if we're not, the relationship is solid enough, or our neuroception of it is solid enough to catch ourselves if we're falling into any unhealed tendencies that we need to be responsible for. So that's the updating.
I agree. The update is, we've done a really good job this last 1.5 years of leveling up all of it. And yeah, I'm super happy with that. That doesn't, but
it doesn't make you feel safe in the present moment balance of what you feel is potentially coming.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. But on that same note, I think, so if we talk about community, right? My community, which is my reality, my network, everyone's trying to do the work. Everyone's recognizing there's a problem. Everyone's recognizing that there's generational traumas that weren't discussed. Everyone's starting to look at the broad, not everyone, but the majority is looking at food, looking at social, looking at all the things that are negatively impacting us, and starting to have those conversations of how we do better. That's a beautiful place to be in for the black and the white. So it's cool to see the community and everyone we know, they're trying to do this and trying to make change. It's really outside of that. It's that global unrest of the cell that is so overwhelming. And so, do I have faith in humanity? Fucking absolutely, man. Like, I believe, like, I am a supporter of AI. I am a supporter of humans. I am a supporter of intelligence. I'm going to just say that right now. And if you can eliminate the stupid out of it. And so, like, I believe in humanity. But for us to get to that happy place, man, it's got to get real dark. And that's what I don't, like, that's why I have these feelings, I think, is because I know the process. From me being on my own spiritual journey, I know to get into the light, you gotta go through the dark. We haven't, from the world standpoint, we haven't been in the dark recently. It may feel like that from a social standpoint and what they put on the news, but the reality is your families have been safe, everything has been okay, and you've had food. All that changes before you fucking go over into the goodness, man. And so this is the realness of the world that I'm sad about, and where I don't know what to do with my hands. And so, like, to come full circle, I go back to, so for me to, if the world goes to shit and for me to feel safe, I need food for my family. Well, then I should go plant gardens and I should go do this so I have it. My mind is like, why the fuck? I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste my time to go do that right now. Because, like, if it all goes to shit, the reality of me sitting here in this, like, it doesn't, I can't make it make sense in my mind anymore. And it's almost like a my mind sees one thing, but my rational thought is telling me another.
Right. So if you were to die in 6 months, or you were to die in 6 years, or you were to die in 30 years, what does the picture of your life as you would like to lead it in 6 months, 6 years, or 30 years look like? What would you want to fill those days with?
Love and fun.
Mm-hmm. And hauling brick isn't loving.
It's not.
Or fun.
No, it's not.
And is there any way to make the house projects more loving and more fun?
I don't. I've been trying. I've been trying to do the mental gymnastics of all of it,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been having a hard time the last week. The last week really has been,
Mm-hmm. And in part, isn't it because the family is home and we aren't participating in the brick situation? And then in order to get the participation, there's perceived negative energy expenditure.
Yeah,
and so then it's
yeah.
frustrating because
Totally.
you're like, I want this to be loving and fun and make memories. And
Yeah.
then it's not.
It's not. And then I'm kind of like my mental gymnastics of it all is, if the world goes to shit, well then everyone's up to do the work. And like, I can grow food. So where we are in this beautiful little sanctuary that we call home, we can grow food in a month. I just got to go dig the soil, put the soil in, and get water up there, and all of a sudden, like, boom, ta-da! It's pretty cool. We have sun, and it's like a whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I'm like, why? If it all goes to shit tomorrow, it's not going to shit right here. And so that I have a little bit of time to then go get the seed and go plant.
So the procrastinator in you wants
Yeah.
love and fun that isn't work.
Totally.
You want to go surfing every day.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. I'm not saying this is the right place to be at all.
Well, I'm asking now, is there, I'm the Libra in me.
Yeah.
Wonders. Is there a balancia? Is there a balance there?
Oh, yeah, there's got to be.
What does the balance look like?
in me.
What does the balance look like?
I think the balance, nothing's changed. I have to stick with the goal of doing a project a day, working on something a little bit every day.
Yeah.
And then go and have fun.
A little bit a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a little bit of this.
Yeah.
The Mexican way.
Yeah.
A little bit of this. A little bit of that.
Yeah.
A little bit
Yeah,
of
we
that.
were raised to work hard, play hard, and I think that what we experience here is that, most certainly there's hard working.
No, absolutely. Yeah.
And at
absolutely.
the same time, there is most certainly also a really beautiful pace and rhythm and balance that is deeply tied to the nature here as well, because there's just certain things that a human body can't do in the heat and humidity.
Yeah.
So
you go take a rest.
and
Do
so
a little
you-
bit,
yeah.
And you play a little bit.
Yeah.
You rest a little bit. And I think that's where I'm at.
So we just need to get into a better rhythm of that.
I think so. And then I think, like I had stated before, I come back to the same thing of I need to find balance without the screen. Because I'm...
You feel no good comes from the screen right now, really.
God, it's the learning aspect of it is magical.
Yeah.
The dark side of it is fucking dark.
Yeah.
And I'm sick of the roller coaster.
Yeah.
And believe me, I have tried fucking with the algorithm, making my own algorithm,
Yeah.
unfollowing, following. It doesn't matter.
No.
Whoever makes that, has
Yeah.
their own ways
Yeah.
to put forth information to us.
Yeah.
And so I can't manipulate it. It is beyond me. And I'm sick of trying. I'm at the point where I'm sick of trying.
Yeah. You don't like the game and you want to take your ball and go.
I'm sick of the game.
Yeah.
I'm sick of the game. It was super fun for a while. I've learned a lot.
Yeah.
I have learned.
And the connection component of it, you've established the connections that you feel are important to you. And so you don't really feel necessarily like you need to spend a lot of time in those spaces for the connectivity.
Not so much. And if I need the connectivity, I can always come back.
Yeah.
You know, and that's... yeah. It's a really interesting tool to learn how to use and not have it use you. Because there's so much connectivity. There's so much, like, you can learn and you can do whatever you want with that phone. And you can let that phone do whatever it wants, however it wants with you.
Yeah.
How you find balance in that, I think, is for 3 generations down to realize.
Yeah.
We are the first.
Yeah.
Same as I was the first generation of medicating children with pharmaceuticals.
Yeah.
I am the first of
The
adulthood
screen.
with this. And so it's this learning process, trying to figure what the fuck is going on. And like, oofta.
Yeah.
You know? And yeah, so like, I have to figure out a way to unplug without me judging the people around me.
Right.
And being happy about it. Which is tricky.
Right.
You know? Because then there's a portion, like, I want to jack in because I want to know what's coming.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, when the world is in so much angst, like, I want to know before it goes.
Yeah.
So I can have a little preparation. So if you unplug completely, how do you know to go to the store to get the food before, you know?
Yeah.
And so that's kind of where I'm at, is like, how do you just do it a little bit?
Yeah.
Same as cocaine. How do you do it a little bit? It's just a little bit every day. You just do a little. It doesn't work like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a drug.
It's a very
dopamine.
addictive substance, isn't it? It's a very addictive substance.
It is you know? So it's just...
I think it has something to do with the combination of the sweet spot of the dopamine and the light show and the sound. Like, everything about it is from like what we know about rewiring the brain in the other direction.
Well, this is so. I read a beautiful article, and I wish I could remember who wrote it, where it was, so anyone could just go look. But it was essentially, the article was the best $7 billion psyop is the phone, and it was a global relationship to control the human mind, and it's exactly what you just said. It's a combination of the light and the dopamine and how it makes you feel, and the ups and the downs and the right in betweens, and so it holds you there.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at. But it's like, I recognize all this. I see all this. I can see it from a societal standpoint. I can see how my children are affected. I can see how my parents are affected. I can see how it's affecting me. Why can't I let go?
Yeah.
Just let go. And, you know, because it is. And I think I just said it. Well, I'm scared I'll miss the end. Well, does it matter?
Yeah, so then that goes back to my question of what do you want to fill your days with in love and fun, and the balance of, we may have 6 days, or we may have 6 months, or we may have 6 years, or we may have 30 years, or we may have 6 million more. But in order for us to continue to have the love and fun of surfing and freedom, we have to have a love and fun of safety at home and security. And so we have to figure out a way for building the ongoing place that makes you safe enough for now, until we have the resources for you to be somewhere else that you would want to be if this was not the place. Or what I was continuing to ask you for, it's a bit of the chicken and the egg when it comes to the I am and the world is. It's a lot like when we're having issues with becoming intimate and we fight and I say, I need to be cuddled and sweet, and you're like, I need to fuck, you know, and so we want the same things, but we're super stubborn in how to get it. So the question is, do you actually just create the balance and that shifts your I am in the world is? Or do you have to switch your I am in the world is in order to start creating the balance?
I need to switch.
You tend to need...
I need to switch I am in the world is before
allow myself. You tend to really need that. Versus saying, okay, I'm just going to spend 2 weeks pretending like I am in the world is a certain way and living in that utopian reality, and then it's just going to magically start to feel that way more consistently. You really struggle with that style of habit formation.
Well, I do. Well, and
that's not a judgment. Sorry, that's an observation. That's not a judgment.
Coming out of my session 2 weeks ago, was it now?
Yeah.
Like, I was in that place. So I was in the happy-go-lucky... Mm-hmm. I'm going to create my utopia no matter what happens out there and yada yada. And then I do a medicine session, super heavy, super profound. I go through all the feels. I feel like right now I'm in the dark night of the soul of that. Mm-hmm. So I've went through the whole gamut of all of creation, and it's me creating and the fabric of reality and all this to wherever I am now. And I can recognize I'm in this cycle, in this churning spin cycle of the wash. And I know I can feel myself coming out of the dark night of the soul from the session work. Mm-hmm. And so I know I will get back to where I was. And I think, I'm just talking all out here, I need to not beat myself up so much about then not wanting to do the work right now, and recognizing the process of it all and knowing I'm going to come back to...
Yeah, because what happens is, so there's the other component of what you just said. There's the natural cycle of what you're describing. Entheogenic induced or not, there's this natural cycle, and it's short or it's long, and it is global and it's individual, and it's all of that beautiful amazingness. And the one of the cool intelligence collecting components of holding space for people on entheogenic experiences and journeys is a concentration of observation options potential to get to see these energies and these cycles of contraction and evolution in real time a lot. And so it's cool to see. It gives you a interesting perspective and a level of intelligence that you don't...
Ancient intelligence.
That not everybody has. It doesn't make it hierarchically better or worse. It just gives you your, hey, this is my intelligence because this is what I do. This is what I observe. It's just like a scientist observing something under a microscope over and over is going to have a level of intelligence that we don't have on certain things, right? So there's everything that you said, and then what you're not speaking to that I would like to also is you were by yourself.
Yep.
And then your family returned.
Yep. And
I'm a really fucking perfect person. So you're wrong in the perception that there's anything that I could possibly do to irritate you.
Yeah, totally. Oh, yeah, I know.
But of course, the moment that you bring your family back into your utopia, where each of us has our own individual utopia, and we all want our utopias to touch and to even intermingle, but we most certainly have an individual core utopia for ourselves that is very similar, but still drastically different on a variety of levels. And there is the soul-crushing realization that, I just did a boatload of entheogens, always come back to how much I love my wife and my family. And now I have to put that love into practice when we're co-building our safety and our connection in ways that have lots of crossover and then lots of moments of divergence in that as well, right?
Yeah.
So it's really hard. You've been just disgusted by your family's lack of ready to set down the screens and
Honestly,
radicalize and or what?
it goes way beyond the family.
Yeah.
So in my session, I am at that with humanity.
Yeah.
So in my profound experience,
Yeah.
I got to see all the things.
Yeah. So you have the post-entheogenic righteousness.
Oh, absolutely.
Happening right now.
I did.
Yeah.
I definitely went through.
Oh, and you did. Holding space for you within that is such a lovely experience.
It's
and
hard.
I did a good job though, didn't I? This time.
You did an awesome job.
Yeah.
Actually, of holding that. For
Yeah.
me. But yeah, totally.
'Cause-
I go absolutely biblical.
Yeah.
I go absolutely
egoic.
egoic.
And you are so right. And there is really no room for anything that is not an exact replica of your utopia.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's totally okay.
Yeah,
We
totally.
all go through it. So
Totally.
this is I am naming, I am
know.
not blaming. And I don't think people honor these cycles and these conversations in entheogenic use, but then it isn't just entheogenic use. This is the healing process. This is the discovery process. This is the empowerment process. This is the evolutionary process, consciousness rising process.
Yeah.
So if you believe in that, then you have to, or if you believe in that, if that is your I am in the world there is an opportunity to observe those patterns and then love yourself through them.
Through that and after.
And
all of
after.
it. Yeah.
In more easeful ways.
Yeah.
And for others to love themselves and others and to create more love and compassion around the process of evolution.
Yeah. Yeah, correct.
So I definitely feel a shift in the last couple of days, though, where you're working through all of this in real time without like
100%.
This process.
Yeah.
This is absolutely objectifying you.
It is, yeah, and I don't
And-
mean that because it's needed. People these have to see it and hear it and all the things, and
Yeah.
even though I'm super uncomfortable and super self-conscious and all the things, it really doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
the reality of it.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm okay with.
Yeah. For me, it's that I say things and nobody listens, and you say things and everybody listens, and it's super fucking annoying. So I have to try to get you to say the things because
I don't see
people
that,
listen.
though. And so that's the other side of that coin is you see this. And
Yeah.
I don't. Who? I don't. So this is my point of the matter is who.
Yeah.
Who sees me? Who hears
Yeah.
me? Like I feel like I have nobody, and this
Yeah.
was the
Yeah. This was
crux
where we
of
were.
the matter,
Yeah.
man. Of just like
Yeah. And that's the old story, because the new story has been a year and a half of realizations of who you actually do have, and of
no,
like
I have a huge.
spending
There's a huge amount, but when you look,
and investing
It just-
your
yeah.
yeah.
it's a really interesting fuckery of it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's really, in my session, it's like I found all of the compassion for humanity I need.
Yeah.
And then as that wears off, I lose that.
Yeah.
And then I lose it for myself.
Yeah.
And once you lose it for yourself, then you can't hold it for others, you know? And so then it all crumbles, and it's a slow process of finding the compassion back for yourself.
Mm-hmm. And then for others.
And then for others.
Yeah.
And it's a really hard thing. You know, when you're, this world is a very hard thing. None of it's easy.
Yeah. I love you.
I love you too. I love you too.
You're pretty amazing.
I think you're pretty amazing.
Did you like how I manipulated you into what I've been asking for?
I saw that.
At what point were you like, I'm going to do it?
Yeah.